The complement naive Bayes classifier. Let's see. The naive Bayes is a very popular classification algorithm. Let's very quickly recap what the naive Bayes does. The naive Bayes uses the Bayes theorem to compute the probability of a class given the data, and in doing so it makes the naive assumption that probability of data given the class is just the product of all the individual data points probability, because they are all conditionally independent given the class. So let's look at it in the context of a simple spam classification problem. So you're given this training data where you have these toy documents with just a few words, and then you can compute probability of spam given the words and probability of ham given the words, and whichever is higher, probability of spam given a new document and probability of ham given a new document, whichever is higher is what you would finally take as your outcome. And how do you calculate probability of spam given a new document? To do that, you first compute the probability of spam itself and probability of ham itself, and then you compute the probability of each word given spam. And then you just use the Bayes rule and expansion of the naive Bayes property to actually come up with a formula for probability of spam given a new document. So naive Bayes has some problems, though it's very simple to use, easy to implement, and it's used in many use cases because it's very fast as well. So one of the challenges with naive Bayes though is that it's not great for imbalanced data. For example, if you have very few spam documents or if you have very few ham documents. And one technique to counter this is the complement naive Bayes. So let's quickly see what the complement naive Bayes does. So the complement naive Bayes, instead of calculating the probability of an item belonging to a particular class or the probability of word belonging to a particular class, computes the likelihood of it not belonging to all the remaining classes. And the intuition or the idea here is, by looking at the remaining classes, all the words in the remaining classes, we won't have this problem of having very little data. So what usually happens in class imbalance is that there are very few occurrences of certain prominent words in a class because there are very few documents of that class in the first place. So when you use complement naive Bayes, when you're looking at all the documents belonging to other classes except this class, you will probably find enough data to gauge whether the word is occurring less frequently or more frequently in other classes. So you can put that, the formula itself, if you look at it, for naive Bayes, we look at the probability of the class itself, which is like probability of ham or spam, into probability of all the words given the class, and we see for which class is this maximized. So in complement naive Bayes, we take the probability of class but multiply it with the reciprocal of the probability of words given the class complement. Let's see what that means. So if we just take the simple spam classification example once again. So we can compute probability of promotion given spam complement as follows. So look at how many times the word promotion is occurring in all classes other than spam. So in the case of this example, we have the ham class. How many times is promotion occurring in ham? And that's only one. And you want to divide it by the total number of words in all the complement classes, which is the ham class, which is just 3 words. Similarly, if you look at probability of promotion, or let's take something else, probability of winner given ham complement, you want to see how many times winner occurs in spam documents. So it occurs 2 times in spam documents, so you have a 2. And the denominator is 6, which is the total number of words in non-ham documents, or total number of words in spam documents. Right? So that's the formula for complement naive Bayes. Look at the number of times the word is occurring in all documents belonging to complement classes and divide it by the total number of words in complement classes. Right? And then you can actually use this formula to find probability of spam given document complement is just probability of spam divided by probability of promotion given spam complement, probability of bumper given spam complement, probability of lottery given spam complement, which are the words in the document. And once you find this probability, you want to take that class which has the least of this final probability you calculated. Because again, this is, you're taking the reciprocals here and it's a complement. So if you get a smaller value for spam, that means, the document is spam. If you get a smaller value for ham given new doc complement, then it's a ham document. One challenge with the complement knife based classifier is that let's take a word like winner that's occurring only in spam documents, and that indicates that it's strongly a spam word, but it's not occurring in any non-spam documents. So its count is 0 when you take spam complement here, right? Because it's not occurring in ham documents at all. So you end up with all these zeros, and when you actually put these in the denominator here, it doesn't compute very well. You'll end up with a lot of zeros. So in order to fix that, we typically do something called smoothing. There are many types of smoothing, but a common way to smooth is to just add a simple number to the numerator and then add, so for instance, I added a 1 to the numerator. So I'll add a 1 to the numerator of every term here and add a 6 to each of the denominators here, because there are totally 6 terms. That is to make them sum to 1. And this prevents coming up with zeros, but we will still get a very small value for where we would originally get zeros. So the complement knife base is once again readily available in scikit-learn, and as you can see here, and there is by default the smoothing parameter is 1, because it is very often that we would find words not occurring in other classes, and it's important to do smoothing usually, and you can use it in your applications and give it a shot. So today we looked at complement knife based classifier that's used for imbalanced data sets, particularly used in text classification tasks. And the way it intuitively works once again is that instead of looking how many times a word occurs in a particular class, to see the importance of a word in the class, we look at how many times, how few times the word occurs in all the remaining classes by taking the inverse of, probability of word occurring in all the other classes. And this counters the imbalance problem, because when we have very little data for a class, we still probably have a lot of words in all the other classes put together, and we have sufficient evidence to see whether it's an important word for this class or not. Thank you.